Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and today's video. So the Swedish word of the day is planning, which is in Swedish planera. Planera. Today, however, I am going to share some of my favorites here with you guys. I haven't done a YouTube video and a favorites video in a long time, so this is gonna be a longer one, and there is a lot of lip and eyeshadow palettes. I don't want this to be a too long video, so I tried to downsize it to only my favorite products. Then later on I can do like more favorites or favorites that I haven't talked about in a while, but for now I just wanted to do a small favorites video with you guys. Okay, let's get into it. So I wanted to start off talking a little bit about a product that I thought that I might declutter, that I actually ended up loving. So if you saw my intro to my product pan and then my product pan update, you guys know that I didn't love the shade of the Balm Desert Balm bronzer. I don't know what it was, but it is a little bit, I wouldn't say it's not orange, but it is a little bit like red-ish. So I just didn't love it because I've been so much into cooler tone bronzers. Well, right after I filmed that video, a lot of you guys said use it in your crease as an eyeshadow, and I was like, you know what, I have over 100 palettes. I would rather use an eyeshadow and declutter the bronzer than to finish up the bronzer and neglect my eyeshadow palettes. That is just where I stand. I'm not saying that that is correct or anything, it's just where I stand. But I continued to use it, and then it was like the product changed. It didn't, it was just my view of the product, but I started using it and I felt like I looked so sort of like a tan, just like a little bit of a sunburn, and I loved it. So I have continued to use this bronzer. As you guys can see, there is pan in this bronzer now, and I am so happy with my bronzer currently. I use this one and the other one that I'm going to talk about as well. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you guys know that I love this, but I just had to talk about it again. This is the this is the Balm Take Home the Bronze bronzer in the shade Oliver. This is my second one because I did purchase one and then I used the entire product up and then I have repurchased it. As you can see, I have hit major pan in this bronzer as well. I just love this bronzer so much. I feel like this is the perfect bronzer for me when I don't want my makeup to look like too much, but I still want to look a little bit bronzed. It goes on super matte and like, not super matte, but it goes on like a silky, very beautiful veil on your skin almost that I just love. So I feel like if I can just use these two bronzers, I'm all set. Sorry, I'm all set. I haven't bought a single new bronzer because I have no desire. Absolutely zero. There is no bronzer piquing my interest currently. So I used up my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and that is a pomade, a brow product, whatever, that I have used for years and years. I also used up my Wet n Wild little thingy, like brow duo. Oh my god, it's been a long day. Brow duo. I finished that one up as well, and that is a product that I've used for even more years. Like I've used that for over 10 years. I didn't want to repurchase it because Wet n Wild is no longer cruelty free, and I started going through my collection just to see what I had, and I actually found some brow products that I am using right now. So I'm using a pomade from Sigma, and that is all I'm using. I'm not using a powder. I did in the beginning, but I feel like they look kind of, I don't know, I feel like they look a little bit more hairy and real, I don't know. But I repurchased this Essence Make Me Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This is the only tinted brow gel that I have, and I have used up 2 of these in the past. So I did repurchase this. I saw that they have actually come out with some more shades if you were ever interested in getting this as well. But I just feel like this is so beautiful because it kind of, I don't have that much brows, and it kind of thickens them out a little bit, so it makes them look so much better if I just kind of apply a little bit of dip brow here. And I I love it. So that is like, there is no new products, but it is something that I have been loving. Okay, so I wanted to talk about an eyeshadow palette. I have 4 eyeshadow palettes to talk about today, but this is the first one, and this is the oldest one or whatever. It's not the oldest one, but I bought it during Black Friday or right before Black Friday. I can't remember. This is the colored Raine, Safari Raine palette. I saw Katie Marie and then Amy Loves Makeup do a little collab, and both of them were to pick out their favorite shades in palettes, and they both of them picked Lioness, which is this shade right here. It's absolutely beautiful and all, but I was contemplating, should I pick up this palette, should I not? And then I saw Kitty J, I think she's called, I don't know, do like a 7-day review on it. And she convinced me, so I purchased this. I did use this in my New Year's video, like that I did on New Year, like I did my makeup for New Year's. I used this shade, I think, just on my lid, just to, I don't know. But the shades in this palette is so good. Like the shimmers are the best shimmers I've ever used. They're so creamy. You can swatch them, and if you were to drag, you would drag for days. It's freaking sane. I love it. I know I have the Tri palette from Juvia's Place, but like Kitty J said, this is sort of like the grown-up sister to that. It isn't as vibrant green shadows. So I am so happy that I purchased this. I'm not saying that I like this more than the Tri palette, but I am really happy that I picked this one up. So I have actually purchased a lot of blushes. I said that I was allowed to purchase 2 blushes. I have gone beyond and beyond that. And I'm not too stressed about it, just because of the fact that I only had like a few cream blushes, and I don't want to use powder blushes anymore. I don't know, I don't want to put it on my skin. I do it like maximum once a week, but other than that, I do only use cream blushes. So I have a kind of let go on that. But the 2 blushes that I really want to hype up is from Nudestix. This is the first product I've ever purchased from Nudestix. This is the Nudies Bloom All Over Dewy color. Yes, it says Dewy on it. These are amazing. I am wearing this one today, which is the Cherry Blossom Babe. I can swatch it for you guys. Like, I've been obsessed with this. This is the shade I've used the most, but it is also a nude. So this one goes with a little bit more looks than the shade Poppy Girl, which is sort of a little bit more like a coral. But as you can see, they are absolutely beautiful, and they are very luminous. They are a little bit like, I would describe them as, they don't contain any shimmer or anything, but I would say that they are a little bit almost greasy. So if you are not into that, I wouldn't pick them up. But what I like about them as well, and this is gonna sound so weird, is that it doesn't contain a lot of product, which means that I will be able to use these up and I can repurchase them if I want to. That does not go for the Milk Makeup bronzer blushes, as you guys know, because they are ginormous. I'm gonna talk about my favorite product this year. This is hands down my favorite product, my favorite eyeshadow palette, my favorite everything. I never want to live without this palette, and I was this close not purchasing this palette, so I'm really happy that I did. This is the Amrezy palette, and there are no words. There are no words for how much I love it. Now I got some anxiety. Okay, funny thing, you have seen this palette. I just want to say something. The shade Barb, I know that everyone is talking about it, but it is the prettiest shade I have ever come across. It is the most unique shade in my entire collection. It is so beautiful. I love it. The other day, I hit pan on it. Usually, I'm very excited about hitting pan. I try to cover it up. The shade is very crumbly, so, you know, I kind of dug a little bit too harshly, I think, and that kind of dissolved the product, or it made it like rise a little bit, so I got huge anxiety. So I took my finger and I kind of just tried to push the product so it wouldn't look like I had pan, because I don't want to have pan in it ever. I don't want to ever be without this shade. I still have a little bit of pan in it. Hopefully you can see that. But I also hope that you can see that I have used this palette a lot. I think that it's phenomenal. I really do. I think that they could remove the pressed glitters. I've used this pressed glitter once in a tutorial that I think is up on Instagram, but I love it. The one shade I have a little bit of a problem with is the shade Reezy, but that's it. That is my favorite product of this entire year. Let's talk about a lippy. This is not a new product or anything, but this is from Jouer. I don't love Jouer's formula, I just gotta say that. I feel like it's a little bit too drying, and it is sort of blobbing on your lips a little bit. Like it kind of, I don't know how to describe it more than maybe if you bought the Sigma liquid lipsticks from the Venom collection, I think it was called, like the anti-venom and then Venom. Both of them are very, like, I feel like they are pretty much the same, but I am wearing this Jouer liquid lipstick today. This is in the shade Charmed. This is a cool tone pink. Now, I am wearing this with a gloss on top, but the shade, I love the shade, so I always pair it with a gloss because then I feel like it's way more bearable. And I realized that I actually, like, I feel like I could use this one up this year if I continue to use it as I have, which is insane. What's even more insane is that I think that I've used up 3 lip products, and I am this close at finishing up 2 more lip products. 3 more lip products if I'm counting in this one, so low buy. Great. I just want to give a little shout out very quickly to this little boy. This is from Colourpop. This is their hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. I cannot believe that people have hated on this product, because I've seen people that only uses full coverage foundation, and then they have tried this and they've said that the coverage is crappy. I agree, the coverage is crappy. No questions about it. It absolutely is. People have said like, oh my god, the coverage is so bad and yada yada yada. Like, yeah, why did you buy a tinted moisturizer if you only love full coverage? I love this. It's so beautiful and it fades so beautifully every single day. Also, you can see that I've used this kind of a lot. I love this. I use this to mix a lot of my other foundations that I feel is a little bit too full coverage for me today. I have the shade Light 5N. In case anyone was wondering, that's all I wanted to say about that. Another eyeshadow palette that I have been loving is actually the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Now, there was a long time ago since I was truly impressed by a matte formula. I feel like usually mattes are pretty much standard. They are super easy to use. Like, usually mattes is pretty easy to use. It's just like blend them out, then there can be a shade here and there that's not really working, that's really blending, but usually they're pretty good. It's usually shimmers that really impress me. Like, there's so much dimension to a shadow, like Barb from the Amrezy palette or whatever it may be. But here, with this palette, when I bought this, I applied it to my eyes and I was mind blown. The shadows, I feel like I understand what people say when they say that the shadows kind of blended themselves. It's the strangest thing. Now, I will say I don't love all of the shimmers in the palette, not because it has anything to do with the formula, but that it has to do with me and the fact that they are not really my tones. I do love the golden ones, or at least this one, and this one I feel I can use as well. But typically, you guys know, I like a little bit more of like a gradient, so I like to wear something here, like a little bit of a deeper shade here, and then a pretty light shadow here, just because I feel like it opens up my eye a little bit more since I have pretty small eyes. But again, I just had to say that this palette is a hit. I really enjoy the formula. I've loved the looks that I've done with it. Haven't used it as much now because I've been really digging into my collection and just using another or an old palette every single day. A lip gloss that I have been loving. I actually purchased the Fenty Beauty Sweet Mouth lip gloss. I went to store, swatched it, and I was like, ooh, This is pretty. I guess you probably have all seen it, but I just wanted to swatch it so you could see how it looked. I fell in love with it. So the next day I ended up getting this one as well, which is a Diamond Milk. I think you can see that I have used this one a lot. I've used this one a little bit more just because of the fact that this has been hiding in my purse. I've been looking for it so much, and I don't know. Like the other day I changed my purse and I was like, oh, there it is, along with 9 other lip products. Yeah. But these two, I just love them. This one I love to use on its own. This one I love to use on its own or with lip products, like for instance Dewy, Charmed, and then a little bit of this on top or whatever. Not using anyone today, however. Lastly, I just want to talk about yet another lip product. This is super affordable. You will not be able to find like a lip conditioning thing cheaper than this. This is from Technic. This is their Argan Oil Lip Conditioner. I bought this on a whim. I was like, I don't know. I've been obsessed with like lip oils, lip balms, overnight treatments, everything like that. Just glossy lips. When I'm not working, when I'm just at home, I can just reapply it. I feel like it looks so beautiful, or in my off time. I don't know, when I'm off or getting off. No, okay. Sorry, kidding. So I bought this on a whim. This is actually a backup that I recently purchased because I just love it so much. I don't know, it's so amazing. I have talked about it on my Instagram. It's so conditioning. It really is. Like usually Technic products, I don't know, I feel like they are, just because they are so affordable, I'm kind of like judging them in advance. But that product, I was like, ooh, dang girl. I bought some extra ones because I'm having like giveaways and such on my Instagram. So I really want you guys to test it out, so you can see that it is actually balm.com. Last product we're gonna talk about right now is an eyeshadow palette. This is the Flutter by collection, Flutter by palette from Colourpop. I bought this on Black Friday as well. I bought this with the intention that I might declutter it. I bought a lot of palettes from Colourpop when I ordered the last time on Black Friday. 2 I haven't used, and I think 2 I have decluttered. This one I did use. I love it. This is a mauve color story. It has a mauve color story. Obviously you can see that I love this shade, and these two. This one, no, not the shimmer one, and then this one. I just love. The glitter, no, not so much. It is cool tone, but it is the cool tones that I like. You guys know I am not that into like cool tone palettes. Like when it comes to browns, these are the cool tones that I love. It's like cool tone pinks, mauves, a little bit purpley, not so much. Perhaps maybe this one is a little bit purpley, but it's just like the perfect palette for someone like me. The only shimmer shade that I use is this one. I don't know what it is. I feel like my makeup has changed so drastically from like having these like super green or pink eyes to now being a little bit more like, oh, I want to tone it down a little bit. I still love to have like color on my eyes, but I want to tone it down a little bit. And I feel like makeup to me has started to become fun and exciting. And you know, when I see my eyeshadow palettes, I see shades that I have never looked at before, and I'm seeing them now with new eyes and being like, oh, I really want to use that shade. It looks so beautiful. And yeah, I just think it's so much fun. Oh, final product, Ardell Cameraflauge foundation. Used my other one up, now I have this one. Bought it on Black Friday. Usually just opened it up like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's beautiful. I love it. No, on my birthday. I allowed myself to use it. I don't want to put it down. I love it. It's my all-time favorite foundation. So yeah, that was all from me today. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, give me a thumbs down. Don't forget that you can subscribe to my channel if you want to, or unsubscribe as well if you want to. I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully. Okay, bye.